Bet you thought I forgot about doing this video this week. No, I didn't. I am just probably going to move from Monday to Wednesday, as I seem to have a little bit more time on Wednesdays. So I'm just late again. Anyway, so today I'm going to read two letters, and they're both based on a UFO craft type of experience. Not oddly, but interesting enough, a lot of my letters, and thank you for those who are sending them to my email too, so it kind of makes me think that maybe it's just getting across in more areas. Anyway, oddly, a lot of my letters are UFO based, so obviously a lot of people are seeing stuff. So anyway, the first one that I'll start out with is, so this person says, I did see something in the sky with my friend when I was 16 in 2001. It was night and we were both under the influence. They don't state what, but they swear it was real, so they must have not been that much under the influence. We both saw a low floating cloud that came from the north. It was moving incredibly fast and passed overhead. It looked like a small storm cloud that was covering lights underneath. This was not a windy night, and the rest of the sky was cloudless. I got the impression that the aircraft was within the cloud and emitted no noise. So, this is something actually that I've read about a few times, where whatever crafts that these are, they are using weather to disguise themselves. So smart, but obviously people are catching on. So I don't know if it's actually that smart anymore. But anyway, if you've experienced something like that, please feel free to email me. So the next one, when I was 16 years old, I was downtown Seattle with my grandma. We were stopped at a light. I had noticed the people in the car next to us were all pointing and looking up at something. I immediately looked up as clear as day. I saw a craft up in the sky. It was spherical and illuminating. It almost seemed as if the light was pulsing. It appeared to hover slightly higher than the tallest building in sight, but it wasn't moving. Within a few seconds, it was encircled by a bunch of smaller lights that also appeared to illuminate and began moving. This is weird because there are so many that describe that. Remember in my last video, it had there's always multiple lights that come together and then it takes off. Anyway, suddenly lights all merged, and it took off faster than anything I've ever seen. The speed of acceleration of this craft exceeded anything I've ever witnessed, and I still can't grasp how something went from standstill hover to such a rapid acceleration. This all happened before the red light turned green. I still remember it as if it were yesterday, even though this happened in the early 2000s. I remember not seeing anything on the news at all that night, and this is quite common, though there are, so I live in an extremely small little community. We all know each other, a lot of us are related. They will report things if they see stuff, because I live next to the Comanche grasslands, which is also a hotspot for UFOs. So we see stuff all the time. It's one of the best places to look up at the night sky. Let me tell you something. There is stuff literally every single night. If you just stare at the sky, you're going to see something. So yeah, little tiny news stations or whatever, they will report. When it comes to the big, fake news, no, they will not. They don't want to tell you anything. Anyways, sorry about that. And from what very little internet I had, I saw nothing reported about it in any forum that I had frequented either. I know Google wasn't prominent back then either, but I thought it was so strange how there were virtually zero reports on this thing. I still remember this event like it happened yesterday. So it's funny how there's just so many that are so similar, and I don't know, maybe they're just more open for us to see them, whatever they are. I don't know, but I mean, it's not like their reports are slowing down. Maybe more people are just talking about it. But anyway, another thing that I'd like to talk about in later videos are orbs, particularly green and blue. And if you have experienced like health issues in regards to those orbs. I've talked to a few people lately about this situation, so I'm just curious how widespread that is. But anyway, you have a wonderful Wednesday, and thank you for listening to me rattle on. So have a wonderful day.